Hello. Um, so I'm literally sitting in my bathroom because that is the only good lighting in my whole house, and it's not even that good. So clearly I need a good camera. Um, so if I'm sending you this video, whether or not you requested it, I hope that you take that as a really, 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 really big compliment because um, I don't think I think that there are a lot of people in this world who should be coaches and who have a lot to offer, but I don't think that any random person on the street should be offering their 2 cents because when I think back to the kind of person that I needed as a coach and the kind of person that I still need as a coach, and when I think about my coach, um, there are certain qualities that I think they need to have. I think they need to be very passionate about helping other people. I think that they need to be loving and caring and just emit a certain energy that attracts people to them that makes them want to talk to you to be the kind of person that someone is willing to share their most personal, deep, you know, shameful feelings towards themselves to finally start to heal. And so, if you're watching this video, I think that you are one of those people. I think that you truly just have the ability to change the world and to help so many people just by honestly just by continuing to live the life you live, maybe just putting in a little bit extra time with some of the things that I'm going to talk about. So I hope that you understand that, and I'm really, really excited for you to learn about this, whether or not you choose right now in your life to participate. So I just want to start a little bit with why I am a coach, what brought me to this point. It includes part of my little backstory, which you may or may not already know. So I played competitive soccer in middle school, quit in 8th grade. That was about the extent of my sports playing, whereas my sister did competitive gymnastics till junior year. She did varsity diving, varsity track, varsity cross country. Now she does D1 diving at her college. My parents have both run marathons. My dad's cross country skis like 50-mile races. My mom has done like 8 marathons. So I've grown up in a very active family, which I'm grateful for. And while I don't necessarily feel like I had significant body image problems in high school, I was always the chubbier kid. I was always the kid with the big cheeks. Even throughout high school, I definitely was conscious of how I was comparing myself to others, especially my family, which is difficult because your family, ideally are some of your biggest supporters. So if you feel somehow disconnected with that, then that was difficult for me. So it wasn't until college that I truly started to understand what these body image problems were that I had heard from different friends before. So first semester of college, something about me I do is I don't weigh myself. I figure out my weight from the doctor when I go, but my mom never had a scale in our house growing up, which something I really appreciate because weight can be so, iffy depending on, your muscle or whatever. And so going into college, I didn't know how much I weighed. I felt like I was in good shape, but then I started drinking a lot. I started, you're eating new food. Even if you're eating healthy, usually it's cooked with more oil. I was just sort of, I was focusing on school and social life, which is fine. Over Thanksgiving break, my family takes a lot of pictures, and I looked at the pictures, and I truly felt disgust towards how I looked. I was so ashamed that I think I blocked it out of my processing, and I was just like, that's not actually how I look. It's just the picture, it's just the camera, it's just the environment, it's just my outfit. And it wasn't until winter break where I was like, oh my God, this is real. And with fear of sounding like a pity problem because, gaining whatever, 15 pounds in the big scheme of life is really not a big problem to have. There's so many bigger problems. And that's how I felt like I needed to look at it. But waking up every morning and hating yourself or looking in the mirror every day and being literally physically disgusted with how you look or feeling just unbelievably comfortable throughout the day, pulling up your leggings so that they're tighter, hiding behind your friends when you're taking a picture. That's a real thing. That's a big, big mental burden to be carrying around. And I'm sure as many of you have felt, or people who have felt this, that just, it's degrading. It's degrading. It sucks away your energy you could be putting into school and work and play and family. And so that is when I would say my journey started. I tried different programs, the biggest one being the Kayla Itsines Bikini Body program. And the problem that I was finding, the two big problems that I was finding with either just trying to go to the gym and do your workout or trying to eat clean, whatever that means, or trying these programs was, one, in general, there was an end goal that you had in mind. It was, I'm going to lose 5 pounds by spring break. It was, I am going to fit in this pair of jeans. I'm going to, I'm going to have a 6-pack in 4 months. And the problem with having this end goal is that you either don't get to that goal and you feel even more miserable because there's something that you put above you that you wanted to reach and you don't get to it, or you get to that goal and you're like, what do I do? Like, when are you going to be happy? Oh, I'm going to lose 10 pounds. Well, when are you going to be happy with the body you have? No, you need to accept and start loving your body now as you're putting yourself through this process with no end destination, just understanding that it's a journey. The second problem I have is there's no accountability or support. So sure, you can buy a program or a diet, but 5 days later when, you wake up and you really don't feel like doing it, you don't do it because no one cares if you do it. It doesn't matter. You're not part of a community. So the coaching that I'm doing, I'm part of a larger team, a family, a community, a huge accountability and support, whether that's with your own journey, whether, if I wake up in the morning, I did the other day, I woke up and I really was not feeling like working out, and I texted my coach and I was like, hey, listen, I don't feel like doing this today. Can you just, remind me why I bought this program? Why am I doing this? And she sent me back a little message, cheering me on, telling me, I'm doing this for myself. I'll feel better after I do it. And I did it and it was great. And that's not something you can buy at a store. That is a relationship that is solid community and family. It's, the team that I'm on is about 100 people, mostly women, mostly late 20s. And it's literally like having 100 older sisters. It's amazing. I don't know all of them by name. I haven't actually met any of them in person, but I talk to a lot of them every day. They've become my best friends, some of my best friends. It's incredible. So that was sort of how I got to this point. I found a program under this company that I'll talk about that I loved called the 21 Day Fix, which again, that sounds like a destination goal because for some people, it's, it is the program itself is 21 days long, but it's something I implement every day. I learned how to eat well. I earned portion control. I don't overanalyze food. At one point, I have different anxiety and psychological issues, but I've never talked to a professional about any sort of eating disorder. So I don't want to claim that I can self-diagnose myself, but I don't know if you've heard of orthodexia, which is such obsession and fear related to eating clean and working out that it is then detrimental to your health. And I truly believe that I reached that point. I would read something in a book like, oh, eating less fat's good for your skin, and I got to a point where I was eating about 4 grams of fat a day. Right now I'm eating about 30 to 40, which is what you should. So I was eating nothing, no fat, that I got to a point in the class at school where I was shaking and couldn't take notes because I was so nutrient deficient. And so you know, whether or not you've had an eating disorder or whether you've had, just some body image problems or whether you just observe these in your society, if that's something that frustrates you and something that you wish, you could help someone else go through, whether or not you're finished going through it yourself, then this is what's for you. You are literally changing people's lives, whether that's for free, whether that's you helping them with a program, whether that's providing a group on Facebook or just being someone's friend. You were doing this, and then in reward down the line, you can get paid for it. It's incredible. But to go back to how I got into this, I got this program. I fell in love with it. I've lost 10 pounds with it, which, like I said, I don't like to put a number on something, and I only know that from going to the doctor. That's 10 pounds from doing it twice in a row, so 42 days. I feel more confident than ever. Yes, of course, I look in the mirror and I say, oh, I wish that little thing was, a little flatter there. I wish this was a little bit different, but I do love my body and I'm grateful for my body. And, I'm not bloated. I don't overanalyze my food. I eat every meal guilt-free. Yesterday on Christmas, I ate God knows how much sugar, and I woke up feeling sick and gross, but I was like, you know what? I was with family. I was happy. Now I'm going to keep doing my thing. So I found my coach. Her name's Sammy. She's 23. Here's a picture of her. And she has become one of my best friends. I'm now part of this larger team. And, now I'm having conversations with people every day about their own health and fitness journey. I'm preparing to start helping people work through these programs themselves. So they pick a program, Insanity, P90X, 21 Day Fix, and I do it at the same time as them in a group, all virtual. We all go through it together, post questions, advice, motivation. It's great. We all watch each other succeed. So that is why I became a coach and what coaching is about. In a very simplistic way. The next video I'm going to talk about what the company is itself, the different types of coaches, how you can be involved on a very low level, on a very high level, how a coach on my team is a surgeon, 13 hours a day she works and she still does this and is fantastic, how you can balance it with school. And then I'll talk about a little typical day for me, and I will tell you more information about how to get involved. And that's that.